episode of the Another Enemy podcast. It's your boy Khalid Salam. I got my brother in here with me.
Greg Strong, GX. Yes, sir.
Now, we was just having a little light convo, you know what I'm saying? Before the cameras and everything started. Tell me some crazy stories of your relationship, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tell me some crazy things, bro.
This one time I got punched in the face with a left hook.
So what happened, bro?
I mean, I really can't remember detail for what happened, but it was with, you know what I'm saying, my ex-girlfriend, and yeah, we just arguing, and of course I wasn't expecting to get hit, cause for real,
what y'all was arguing about?
I can't remember. It ain't no telling, for real, I can't remember. It could have been the whole reason why we broke up. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Fault.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Ain't nobody about to hit you with a left hook because they did something.
A female would. What are you talking about? I'm glad you brought that point up then, sir. But anyway, so
she was mad at you for something she did and hit you with a left hook. I find that hard to believe, sir.
I think
I
think she was mad at just the situation in hand. You know what I'm saying? The situation we're going through, and for real, I wasn't trying to hear it at the time. And bro, I just sit there, bro, with my head down.
Or you wanna? I mean, the people need the details. They thinking right now. What did that nigga do to get hit with a left hook?
That's the thing. I don't want to say what we're thinking because I don't think it's that, honestly. I mean, we can.
Well, let's just say it was. So go ahead.
All right. If we want to say that, apparently in her eyes, I cheated on her, which I'm gonna say this episode is sponsored by Black Men Don't Cheat.
And why you think that? Why would she think?
So we really about to get into this then.
Yeah, cause she be watching my Instagram story anyway, so she gonna see this clip and be like, "Nah, I gotta speak my piece." So what?
That's when you having a PC podcast, nigga.
So what did you do to make her think?
What did I do? I did the same thing she did. That's what I did.
So you cheated on her.
If I cheated on her, she cheated on me. Before I cheated on her. So did I cheat on her? You can't. This is another thing I'm gonna go ahead and point out for the listeners. You can't cheat on someone if you're not in a relationship with this person. You know what I'm saying? It's no such thing as cheating. If you're not with them, bro, you moved on, bro. They're doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say she cheated on you?
Yeah.
Come on, fam, get up out of here.
If we have to say what I did was wrong, then we gonna have to say what she did was wrong too. So if she's gonna say I cheated on her, then we gonna have to say she cheated on me.
But would you say what she did was wrong?
Most definitely.
So would you say what you did was wrong?
I mean, I guess so, bro.
It's a yes or a no, bro. It ain't no
I guess.
You get so you gonna take accountability for messing up?
Nah, I'm not taking accountability for nothing. But since you want to bring up the whole ain't no girl gonna get mad at you, it be their fault and they. So I believe you got hit before, bro. Am I right?
I never got hit before.
I could have swore you told me that.
No, sirree, bah. Not I.
You sure?
I've never got hit. I got pushed. I didn't get hit.
Okay, same thing. Put your hands on you. So
yeah.
What happened in that situation, sir? Were you wrong?
I'm gonna be all the way 100. I honestly really cannot remember, like all the way 100 being real. I really don't. But let's just say, I know we got it. Let me think, bro. Really don't know, bro.
And I feel like for you, like, I got pushed. It had been with some aggression, like
it wasn't really that. It wasn't really that. I really can't remember what we got into it about, but I know we were arguing, and we were in the living room, and we just got in each other's face a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Heated argument.
But you don't know what the argument's about.
Bro. What I think it was about is gonna sound dumb, bro. I'm trying to think because, like you said, I don't want to say it was about something and it wasn't. But what came to mind, I know, I really don't know, bro. But I remember this one time we got into an argument. This was probably the dumbest argument we ever got into, bro.
Usually they're all dumb, but
they all dumb. But this one, when you hear it, bro, you gonna see this one takes the cake. You know what I'm saying? Scoot that on back a little bit. She had wanted me to stop drinking pop.
Go ahead. How you know you was gonna start off like that? Go ahead, bro.
And so we had been getting into it about that because I guess, I had felt like Cause it was so many things I wanted her to stop doing that I felt like were serious, like talking to certain people, associating with certain, you know what I'm saying, individuals. So I would complain, I guess, about that. Like, yo, you should stop talking to these people, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like she was just trying to find something to say for her to seem like she was requesting me to change something about myself because I wasn't doing the same type of thing she was doing. So that made me mad, but in turn, I guess because I wasn't actually doing it, it made her mad. And I feel like that might have been. We got in so many arguments.
I was about to say, you telling me that y'all got in an argument, you got pushed because she wanted to stop. She wanted you to stop drinking.
Bro,
that's kind of stupid.
Bro, it sounds stupid, bro, but you know you get in dumb arguments like that. But she pushed me, and I think this table might have been behind me at the time, and I fell over. You know what I'm saying? Because you know your legs get caught behind something. I wasn't expecting her to push me either, so she pushed me and I fell. You know what I'm saying? And I fell and I caught myself. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you. And I got up, and you know your first instinct when somebody pushes you is you know what I'm saying, fight. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I was like, bro, I'm really about situation to. Yeah, I'm like, you really about to put your hands on this girl? Nah. So I went to try to leave. She get in front of the door, blocking the door and whatnot. And I'm like, bro, move, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? And we lived in this apartment. It was like 3 stories. We were on the middle. And so I went, I climbed out, jumped off the balcony, bro. You know what I'm saying? I went, got in the car, pulled off for a minute. Eventually I came back, but it was just like, you know, that's why I can't respect no niggas who put their hands on women because
you can't hold yourself
I'm a nigga
back.
who, yeah, for sure. I'm a nigga who has really had real anger issues. So for me to get pushed by somebody and not put my hands on them, come on, bro, it ain't no excuse. This nigga got socked with a 2-piece to the jaw. You know what I'm saying? And still.
And all I did was walked away, bro. Hopped in the whip.
Walked away, bro.
Peeled out, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So what's y'all niggas' excuse, huh? Huh? Comment below. So,
you know what I'm saying? But all right, so we're gonna get in a few topics I had for this is a good one that I really want to touch on. Yeah. We're gonna kind of switch though. We can go back to like relationship and stuff like that because I got a few things I can touch on that. But this one I really want to touch on. So me and you, when it comes to like females having revealing clothing on, bro, I feel like we feel the exact same, right? Yeah. And also that's an image that you're putting out to others that, you know what I'm saying, this is you. Which, I mean, if that's what you want to portray yourself as, all right, so be it. But yesterday was Halloween, bro. Yeah. And, you know, it's everybody was out. What you think about, do you think it's a difference or is it versus when a regular Saturday versus on Halloween, right? Do you think it's a difference as far as standard-wise that a girl can dress the way she wants because it's a costume, or do you think it's still the same as her going to the club on the other Saturday?
As far as like somebody I'm with in a relationship,
you with, or it could be just or maybe just somebody you like, or you know what I'm saying. It could be a family member, you know what I'm saying, when like a cousin or something like that.
I ain't with it, bro. You know what I'm saying. You know me, but I feel like I don't like when people try to like because of a certain day or whatever the case may be, you just switch yourself up completely and just abandon your morals and principles. If you're someone who, if you dress like that on a holiday, I feel like you want to dress like that, period.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So to me, it's wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying? And especially if we're in a relationship, you think I'm about to just accept you going out and dressing in a certain way because it's Halloween. I don't even celebrate Halloween. I'm a Muslim. We don't even celebrate. That's the devil's day. You know what I'm saying? So come on, bro. I ain't going for it. How you feel about it?
I just find it crazy how, bro, it's like, I feel like females be waiting for that day in particular, bro, so they can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, I don't look at you no different than any other female that does that on a regular basis because it's Halloween. Yeah. On top of that, what really kills me is today it's freezing in Columbus, Ohio, first off.
Definitely.
Yesterday, I wasn't really outside like that, so I don't know if it was like this cold or not.
It was cold, but it wasn't this
okay. Cold. But then you see these girls, bro, with like swimming suits on. It's like, what is this? But I just don't Like you said, bro, I feel like you dress like that on Halloween. You've been wanting to dress like that, and I still classify you just the same way I look at all these other chicks like that, dressing like that.
Fact. And my thing with that, bro, is like y'all put on these costumes
and be showing everything.
But the stuff y'all be dressed as, that's not even the costume. Like I seen this girl on my Instagram who we both know, and she was a nun.
But it was a
she revealing had super short shorts all the way up. Ain't no nun wearing.
See,
no
that's
shorts.
disrespectful to the nuns. Like,
get out of here. You know
and another thing that kills me is because you see females, bro, with costumes that's appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Like something that's, you know, it might be tight in a way, but it's not. It's not showing. Like if I can see your ass, bro, then it's like, yo. It's only one time where it's acceptable to wear something like that, and that's at a pool, if you ask me. But it's not even. It's still limits. But bro, I seen this one girl. She had this costume. I follow this one girl on Instagram, and she shared a story. I guess they had a party last night, and it's crazy because you know who it is, but I ain't gonna say her name out loud. And I noticed it was like a costume, but she had like a I don't even know what to call it. It was like a robe, but it was kind of see through, and you can see her cheeks, bro, like plain day, bro. It looked like she had a thong on with a robe, a see-through robe over her outfit.
Yeah, I don't know who that could be.
And I'm just like, bro. I mean, you know her, but you don't. It ain't somebody we talk about. It's somebody that you went to school with in Groveport, so.
That I went to school with?
Yeah. But like I said, well,
I do got a question for you though. Like before we move on from the relationship things, okay. I was listening to this podcast, and this lady, the podcast, they had a caller. She called in, and she said, it's kind of a sad story, but it's kind of funny at the same time. But she called in, and her brother's wife passed away from cancer. Mm-hmm. And he went through her phone and found out that she was cheating on him. You know what I'm saying? So,
and she passed away at this point.
Yeah, she's you know what I'm saying, passed away. And so the sister who called, she wanted to get some advice on what she should tell her brother. You know what I'm saying? And you know, what should she do? You know what I'm saying? What should she tell him? You know, because he found the dude's number and he wants to call the dude to I guess question him about something, and they have kids together. So my question to you is, what would you do if you were in that situation, bro? First, would you go through your dead spouse's phone?
That I don't think I would. I don't think it would be like a reason to. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like I feel like that'd be like unless it's something specific that you're looking for, like pictures, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, that's the only thing. Or maybe a number to get in contact with some of her peoples. But I'm not going through, because if that's the case, I feel like he was going through text messages and stuff like that to try to find something. But it's like, why are you even looking for something like that after your wife just had passed? Right. As far as me confronting a dude, what's the point? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I'm going to go say something to him. He going to say what he got to say. Then what? We going to fight about it? Right. What's the point? Right. At this point, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's kind of deep, bro. What you think about that one?
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
See, I be looking for stuff like this, for real, bro.
That is crazy, because I feel like she's dead, bro. It's like, what
you
really
can't talk about it. You can't settle it. It's no, I forgive you. Let's move on with this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a good one, though.
That's crazy, somebody, bro. Yeah, man. Y'all let us know. Let us know, man. What would you do if you found out
tweet that or something later,
that your spouse, your significant other, was cheating on you? What if you find that out after they've passed away?
Crazy thing is, not to cut you off, but I feel like it's a lot of females in our generation that went through that, and I feel like it happened just like this. Like, you got somebody that might be from the neighborhood or a school you might have went to who might have passed. You know what I'm saying? And you got everybody who, and this happens when everybody passes away, you hear from people that you haven't heard from. You see people that you never even knew that person knew. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it will happen in a way like, oh, that was my first love. And then another chick will say something, and then the baby mom or the actual girlfriend will find out that way. Yeah. So I feel like it happens, but I haven't heard no girl say that. Like, I caught my dude cheating on me after he had passed away.
Yeah. That's
But
crazy.
I need this. I need somebody to paint on
Yeah,
that one.
man. That's wild, bro.
But since we on like a little bit of relationship stuff right now too, I do got like a little question. Okay, let me find it. Oh, I forgot about that question. We can get to that next. Okay. All right. How do you feel like is a way to regain trust if you just lost it all to the point where it's like
Ooh.
you just do not trust this person with nothing, with not your word, not anything. Like, how would you? And if they're trying to get back into your life, and no, this is not what you think, but how would you feel like? Is it possible to regain chance? Do you need time? What you think on that one?
If you're the person whose trust was broke, like somebody broke my trust, what would I do?
Yeah.
This is what I think.
But they did it to the point where it's like you like, all right,
yeah. I think give me a scenario if you got it. You know
okay, let me see.
If this is related to anything specific. If not, I got my answer. You know what I'm saying? If you can't think of nothing off the top, you know.
Okay, now off the top.
I feel like from both the perspective of the person who broke the trust and the person whose trust was broken, I think first things first, it really depends on what it was to me, because I don't feel like I feel like people can break your trust.
Okay, let's say lying and cheating.
Okay, I'm in a okay, cool. I feel like lying and cheating. I'm gonna come right back to that. I feel like depending on what you did will determine how much I can or cannot trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you, I don't know, I told you to take some money I told you go deposit this money in my bank and you forgot. You know what I'm saying? I might not necessarily trust you to do things or remember to do things, but that doesn't mean you broke my trust overall. But lying and cheating, that's just completely different. So I think as the person whose trust was broken, the first thing you have to do is ask yourself, is this a deal breaker? You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of times people will know, like somebody will break their trust, and even from my own experience, they'll break your trust and you know you're not going to trust them again, but you stick with them anyway. And you end up actually damaging them in the process because they may actually be trying to change or trying to show you that they can be trusted again, and you've already written them off anyway. But but if you do say, all right, this is not that big of a deal, you broke my trust a little bit, but I'm gonna give you another chance. I think the person who needs to rebuild the trust, I think y'all gotta have a real conversation with each other and lay down what needs to be done and what the expectations are, because clearly they didn't understand the expectations. So if it's lying and cheating, I'm giving another chance. You know what I'm saying? If I'm giving you another chance from lying or cheating or both, then I'm gonna tell you, all right, no more talking to this individual. No more you talking to dudes. That's probably out the question at that point now. You probably messed that up for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't fuck that.
You know, if you were lying, like let's say you were lying and you lied about your friend, you was with your friend when you was really with another dude. Now, and your friend went along with it. All right, now
I don't trust your friend.
Yeah, now this friend's out the question. You know what I mean?
Now I don't even want you hanging with her.
You know what I'm saying? So now these are my expectations. If you can meet these expectations, then we can keep it moving and be good. But if not, we just gonna go our separate ways. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no thing. What you think about that?
Fuck that shit.
You think once somebody breaks your trust?
Nah, it all depends on how it is. Like I said, if my thing is like if you, of course I've been lied to and I was able to, you know what I'm saying, trust somebody. But my thing is if you cheat on me. If you cheat on me and of course, okay, there's no level to cheating, but there is, if that makes sense. And what I say by that, it's like, and now I'm thinking of an example from, okay, so
go ahead.
I'm saying all that to say this, like,
this a real example?
This is a real example. If you do something like,
what the people want to hear.
This is what y'all about to hear then. If you do something like, you going back and forth with me and another guy, had to look at the camera. But if you going back and forth, bro, and I mean back and forth, rollies don't TikTok. But if you going
in
back
other
and forth,
words,
I
if
can't
you
do it,
ping
bro.
ponging, you going across the line, ping ponging.
If you got a good volley in a volleyball game, if that volley in tennis is going, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. Like that's why I'm saying it's levels. Cause it's one thing. Oh, I did this and you didn't. But if you lying constantly, bro, and then I had to find out. Oh, I'm getting too personal, but and you got to find out in a messed up way. Then that's when it kind of. All right.
What's a messed up way to find out?
It's a couple messed up ways to find out. This
what
has
your
never
messed
happened.
up way of finding out?
I don't even want to give my messed up way of finding out, but I'm gonna give a messed up way of finding out. Now, this has never happened to me. A messed up way of finding out is a video. That's a messed up way to find out to me. Like if you see a video,
yeah, you kind of wilding. You
know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's levels to it, bro. It's like it's levels to it. So, but I don't know. We're gonna get off that real quick.
Yeah.
But now it's a question that we literally was about to talk about. We talked about on the phone the other day, and we gonna go ahead and talk about it on the podcast. Now excuse me. I am a fan of what I like to call marijuana, and we was talking about if weed was a gateway drug, bro.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and give my opinion on this one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start this one off. Me personally, I don't think it is, but that's just based off of my experiences because people do drugs for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? People do it because they like to have fun, they like the feeling. Some people do it because they have a depression, anxiety. Some people just do it just because they like the way they feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been through stuff in my life to where you would think that, you know what I'm saying, me smoking weed wouldn't help me as much as wouldn't help me with the problems I was going through. So you'd be like, oh, I could resort to something else.
Yeah.
Say this and I'm completely honest, I've never done anything other than weed. You know what I'm saying? And liquor. But popping pills, bro, you got niggas popping perks, Xanaxes, beans, bro.
Yeah.
You got some people be shooting up. But I don't know. Do you think they started off smoking weed or they just got around some people and just wanted to do it? How do you feel about if marijuana a gateway drug? Because my thing is no, I don't think so. But that's just from my experiences.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. You said, you've been through some things in life and, smoking weed helps you. So do you think that you smoke weed because you enjoy it, or do you think you smoke weed because you've been through some things and it helps you to kind of balance the lows, or a combination, or?
It could be both. And I say that because I can be having a good week, good day, whatever the case. I'm still going to smoke. On top of that, when I started off, I just liked the feeling. You know what I'm saying? It was just a smooth feeling. Like you get hungry, happy, and sleepy, literally, bro. It's just a smooth feeling.
Yeah.
But like I said, there has been times where, you know what I'm saying, I've been going through stuff and I walked and just kept smoking. Like, yo, this ain't even working.
Yeah.
But I was not about to be like, oh, you know what? Let me try Xanax. Let me try a Percocet.
Yeah.
Let me try that some Somali. You know what I'm saying? Something, but
yeah. Do you think that let's go off of weed, because I think weed is like the base level drug. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't too extreme. Do you think that smoking weed to you, whenever you started, I don't even know when you started, to be real, bro. It's been so many years, but when you started, do you think, like, what do you think was the cause of that? Like your first time smoking, or the desire,
what made me
or
like start like the very first time?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I think it was probably like not peer pressure, because I wasn't peer pressure, but I remember it was I was like going to Mary Franklin, and we had a play that we were doing. It was the Andy play, to be exact. So we doing, and I was a part of the play or whatever. And I remember it would be play practice from, let me see, school let it out at 2:30. So play practice would be from like 5 to 7 or like 5 to 8. And around that time be dark and all that. It'll be all people you cool with, no teachers there. And I think everybody just came, and I realized like how funny these niggas were and how relaxed and all that. And I just remember one day, bro, with some females, I remember this, and they were like, "Oh, you trying to come smoke with us?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" But I didn't know how to, funny thing, it's a funny story actually. I didn't know how to smoke. What I mean by that, I would just inhale it and blow it right out. I would hit it and blow it right out. I wouldn't inhale and hold it, you know what I'm saying, how you supposed to. And I remember they were hotboxing. So I had no choice but to breathe and smoke,
Yeah.
right? And I remember when I got out the car, bro, we went back to the school. And this is about 5 o'clock at this time. We about to go start the play practice. And I just felt it, bro. But when I felt it felt amazing. And I sound like a crackhead saying that, but it just hit me. Like, soon I get out the car, I start walking. I'm walking straight, but the earth is moving faster than it's supposed to be. Like, I felt the earth rotating, bro. I swear I did.
Yeah.
But after that, I was just like doing it by myself. It was just a cool thing, a chill thing. I do it, write music or sometimes, or just eat, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's around the time where I was doing it just based off of because I liked it. It didn't get to I was doing it to where because I was trying to escape things until, of course, I got older and started going through more things in my life.
Yeah. Do you think that people's experience with like popping pills could be the same way? Like they see people.
It could be, but why jump straight to that is my question. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It sounds extreme to us,
Yeah,
but weed is extreme to some people too, though.
That's a fact.
Alcohol is
But you got to
extreme
think
to
about
some
like this too. We can't be that much extreme. You can go to stores and buy it here.
Yeah, now.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, I feel like.
But I feel like it. Go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's weed and alcohol is only acceptable to us because the people around us have smoked weed and drunk alcohol. If the people around us pop pills, like imagine if our parents pop pills, that probably would not be that far fetched to us, bro.
So you think that people who started doing it because like they seen their parents do it, or you think it's like?
I think it could be a combination of things. That's why I don't really say like weed is a gateway drug per se. Like I don't think if you smoke weed that means you're going to pop pills or do crack. I think that's a dumb way of thinking because it's a lot of people who it's a lot of different reasons for why people smoke and drink. So I can't say that's a gateway drug per se. I understand why people argue that, but I think it's a lot deeper. But I think to me personally, I'm someone, I don't smoke, I don't drink, don't pop pills, none of that. But I have smoked before, I have drunk before, but I've never been drunk, and I have taken pills that were prescribed to me for depression. I think that...
Oh, I did take one pill before.
Yeah.
That was the Vicodin because it was prescribed to me. I got my wisdom teeth pulled. So, yeah.
But I've never just, hey, you got some perks? You know,
I never bought one illegally.
Facts, you know
prescribed, like prescription filled.
Yeah, but I think that with all of that, bro, I think all of it stems from the same place to me. That's why I really don't make a distinction between anything. Like some people say, I smoke, but I don't pop pills. And it's like, all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't really make a distinction between it because I kind of feel like everybody who does it, we all have done it for the same reasons.
It's crazy too. I know there's one person who don't smoke weed, but it's the reason behind it, but I just kind of still don't understand it. He doesn't smoke weed, but he pops ecstasies. And my thing is like, I think he does it because he's on papers, and I guess ecstasy's only in the system for like 3 days or a week or something like that. But I wonder is most people that do, you know what I'm saying, pop pills, is that the reason why?
Yeah. But I don't think these people are even that smart, bro. For real. I'm gonna be real. I just think it's acceptable now. Like you hear it in the rap music. Like before you heard, bro, when we were coming up, if a nigga said they was popping pills, we would say they were a crackhead, bro. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a nigga saying I smoke crack and that being cool.
It's just crazy too that you said that. Think of all the rappers that we grew up listening to, like who talked about smoking weed, but we never heard them. Like for example, perfect example, Kidding. Yeah, I remember one of his favorite songs of mine is "No Sticks, No Seeds." I was just bumping that the other day. I was smoking while I was listening to it too. But like him, and it's probably a few Wiz Khalifa. That's just a couple of the name right there and there, but. That do make a good point because it could be the music. Now you got Future, bro. You got all these artists dying from like Juice WRLD. You know what I'm saying? Mac Miller, bro. It's wild.
And you know, like when we were growing up, like when I was smoking, a part of that was because I thought it looked cool. Like the way like Kid Cudi would do it with the rolling papers, and then you got Kid Ink and he tatted, and he got the, you know what I'm saying, certain pictures with the weed smoke coming out, or Wayne, when you know Wayne about to spit some fire because you hear that lighter flick. You know what I'm saying? It's an aesthetic to it that I think is pleasing to people. So now I think with the pills, it's really the same thing. But I just think the difference between pills and weed, I won't say that pills are more addictive than weed is, but the side effects that come with it is way more dangerous than weed, I feel like. So I think that's where the distinction comes in. But I think a lot of people, bro, we deal with a lot of things and we don't even realize some of the stuff we're dealing with, bro. People don't realize, like, growing up and seeing your dad sell drugs and sell weed and sell this to people, sell that to people, and riding around with them in the car and watching that brings a certain level of trauma to your life, bro, because those things start becoming acceptable. So if you grew up and your parents were popping pills or smoking or drinking and you saw that all day, you're gonna think that's cool. You're gonna not even cool in the sense of that's something I want to do, but it becomes normal to you and it becomes acceptable.
Right.
And we're not even realizing that our parents are dealing with trauma. They're going through things, and that's the reason that they're drinking or they're smoking or they're popping pills or whatever the case may be. And we adopt those same ways of dealing with things because, oh, I see my dad, he got into an argument with my mom and he went and he smoked a blunt or he took a drink. You know what I'm saying? Or my mom, she was doing crack and she was going through this and we didn't have food on the table, so she went and smoked some crack because it made her feel good. You know what I'm saying? And we adopt those same ways of dealing with the traumas that we go through, and it just becomes acceptable, and it's a never-ending cycle. But I just think as time progresses, bro, that weed ain't hitting for some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still cool for you because it gets you where you need to be.
Right.
But
some
imagine
like,
for the imagine a nigga who is a smoker or drinks and he ain't got no weed, but he comes across his homies or his friends and they got some pills. Hey, try this, bro. And he going through something. You know what I mean? It's tough, bro. Like a lot of niggas don't be as strong-willed as we think. You are a pretty strong-willed person, I think. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their times where they fall victim to, going through things and might resort to their old ways or resort to something, but I couldn't see you being in a room full of niggas and saying, I'm gonna pop a pill. You know what I'm saying?
I just my thing too. Now this is of course the reason why I don't do it because it's just I don't do it. But you got all these dudes overdosing. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much a big reason why a lot of young kids is dying today because of overdose. And then I've never heard nobody overdose on weed, bro. Like, I've never in my life ever heard somebody overdose.
Unless it's laced or something.
Unless it's laced, you know what I'm saying? But that's when you just got to know who you dealing with, you know what I'm saying, and all that. But that's another reason. I'm like, y'all see this happening. This happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? And if you lucky, you can get treatment quick enough and get hit with a nerc and then you're cool. But that doesn't happen all the time, you know what I mean? So
do you think that is why you would say weed is acceptable? Because people don't overdose and drive drunk like they do when they drinking crack?
I mean, I'm not going to say it's because I'll make it sound like, oh, yeah, do this, but don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not making weed like it's a good thing. I mean, it can be, but it just depends on who you are. But, I mean,
like, why you think weed is better than pills or alcohol is better than pills or whatever the case may be?
One, it's like it's a natural, like most alcohol, like if it's a good brand, and weed comes from earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, it's a plant I seen in Mexico. I didn't know that's what they made tequila out of. You got wine, which is also alcohol. It's made out of fruits and grapes and stuff like that. Weed, you grow it. Pills is made in a lab. Scientists have to put this with it. All these different things that you have to chemically make, you know what I'm saying? And you got to think it's only meant for something. So if you're taking something for a headache, but you ain't got no headache, it might be your last headache. You know? So I just think, bro, like, it's something more natural. That's why, you know what I'm saying, it's better. But like I said, I'm not saying it's something that, oh, this is good, you guys should go try it. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's just more natural than.
I feel like that's like the way people explain it all the time. Like, whenever I hear people say like why weed is better than other drugs, and I feel like I understand it completely. I understand that as a reason, but I feel like just because something is natural don't mean that it's good.
I mean, it that's a fact too, yeah.
Because you can say poisonous mushroom grow from the earth. Should you eat a poisonous
Poisonous
mushroom?
We're
Hell
gonna be
no.
gone from this earth.
Facts, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, I think it, and I just feel like just having the background of being someone who did smoke before and being someone who was prescribed medicine, I just try to urge people, man, get off all that shit. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, bro, because it's like, I feel like when it comes to dealing with things, dealing with trauma, dealing with all of these different things that people go through in life, I feel like not only is all of these things gonna cost you money in the long run that you could have been saving. You know what I'm saying? I feel you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, bro, to become reliant on yourself to control your emotions and your feelings and to deal with things is a way better way of using your time and dealing with traumas than smoking, drinking, popping pills. And it ain't just smoking, drinking, popping pills. That's the thing. People the thing that kills me though about people who say weed is a gateway drug, if you ask them, well, how do you deal with your pain and deal with your trauma? A lot of times they won't have an answer. You know what I'm saying? Like next time somebody say that to you, ask them that, because we point the finger at people like that, bro, but you don't have an alternative to give them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have an alternative to give them.
That's a fact.
And I feel like if I tell you stop smoking weed because you're just running from your pain and running from your trauma, I better be able to give you an alternative to it that works.
Right.
Because if not, just shut up forever. You know
Okay, we're gonna touch on one. I wrote this down, and I usually remember why I write stuff down, but for some reason I wrote this down because I wanted to ask you, but I don't know why. I don't have an answer for it, at least. But it has nothing to do with what you're just talking about. But you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and just get this topic in before we end it, bro.
Yeah, sure.
What is your ideal way of breaking up with your significant other? And I wish I knew where I got that from. But it was just something that I want to say I came across. I watched a lot of Breakfast Club 85 South show, bro. So I want to say it just came from that, but I can't prove it.
I think it depends on why you want to break up with it.
I say you just think it's not working, because I feel like if it was a different reason, it would be easier. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you breaking up with me? Bitch, you cheated on me.
I'm telling you.
But
it just ain't working.
It's just like you just feel it. You're not feeling the vibe. You know what I'm saying? And of course, this is a random question. Like, I ain't even got a girlfriend or nobody I'm talking to. So
I think that depending on your reason, but
maybe she's not just meeting your standards. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. You feel like you might be wasting your time. Maybe.
Yeah. I think you just have to be real and be blunt, and not blunt in the sense of being rude about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not blunt in the sense of you ain't nothing that I want. I'm not saying that, but just go and have a real sit down conversation and say, listen, me and you, it's just not working for me. You know what I'm saying? This is just not what I want. This isn't what I want my relationship to be like. What my standard of the right person is this, and you not that. You know what I'm saying? We're just not a match. I just don't feel like we're a match. So I want to let you know, because I don't want to string you along. I would just like to break this off. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then you got to really do it, because a lot of times niggas say they going to break up or whatever and don't want to be with somebody and string them along because they start feeling bad. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? What you thinking?
I don't know. That's all.
How have you broke up with people in the past? Your last relationship, how you in that?
All right, this has been another episode of I mean, it's funny because that's how we started off this episode, and now that's how we about to end the episode. But
I got one more question for you, bro.
Go ahead.
This is on a completely.
We can. Yeah, go ahead.
You done with that?
Nah, I mean, last one I did, Oh, okay. I packed all my shit, and
what was the conversation like though?
I woke her up. No. I asked her who somebody that I caught her texting. This is crazy. I know she gonna see this. She gonna have something to say, but I still don't want to talk to you. But yeah, bro.
Might tag.
Look. I looked through the phone. I seen something I ain't like.
What you see? Give the people the real, bruh.
Nah, she see? Actually, I really didn't see much. I seen a message. It was a screenshot.
And what it say?
And it said reply. But it was a screenshot of the messages. You know what I'm saying? So when I go to the actual message app.
Hold on. I'm trying to paint this clear. All right, so she sleep. It's in the middle of the night. What time you think it is?
I think this was that morning.
Okay.
This was that
and
morning.
You go through her phone. Why you go through her phone, bro?
I'm about to tell you. For those who know, like I said, I DJ.
Yes,
that
sir.
day,
GX.
I created a mix. My phone was dead, right?
Yep.
So I used her phone at the time to record my mix. I can tell you the exact mix it is. By the way, make sure y'all
tell them the mix, and then they can go.
My mix was like a Gucci mix I did, or it was one. I think it was the Gucci mix. I can't remember for sure.
So go to the Facebook. Listen to the Gucci mix, because once you hear this story, he recorded this right before all of this happened, so you can get a little bit of a visual. But continue.
Right. So boom, I recorded. You know what I'm saying? Give her phone back. My phone was charging at the time. I go look at my phone because I'm about to go. I think I was going to post the mix or just look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot. I didn't record it on my phone. I recorded on her phone. Bro, why am I talking about this?
Bro, these the good stories.
So
bro.
I recorded her phone, and I'm like, oh yeah, I did record her phone. So boom, I grabbed her phone. I go to the gallery. I didn't check her phone for messages. I didn't see what she was calling. I didn't see she had blocked and none of that. I go to the gallery because I look at the mix. When I go to the gallery, I see my mix, but I also see a message. It was a screenshot of a message, and the message just said reply. I didn't see what was before that. It wasn't nothing after that. So it just said reply.
So hold on. You went through the photos to find the mix.
But
it was a screenshot of some messages that said it just said reply.
In the photo, it just said reply.
So she probably accidentally screenshotted it.
Had to.
She dumb.
So I go to the messages,
dumb.
And
because pause real quick, bro. I do that all the time, bro. I accidentally screenshot stuff all the time.
I do stuff. I accidentally screenshot the home screen, like you know. What I'm
bro,
saying?
exactly, because you go to lock your screen, but your finger on the volume button.
Exactly.
So that's probably what she did. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So you went to the messages.
So I went to the messages, the actual app, because I seen it. I ain't gonna say the dude's name. I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
But I go to the messages or whatever. They weren't there. They were deleted. So I'm like, oh, okay. So obviously she's been texting somebody, and it was somebody I told her to stop talking to because they kept on hitting her up on Insta, or like sending little heart emojis on Insta. I mean, Snapchat and all that.
Yeah.
So when I found out who it was, I'm like, oh, then okay, bet. And at that point, bro, just everything I did prior to that event was why I was like, I'm done, because I was doing everything I could do as a man, as a boyfriend, to keep everything together, to make sure the house was straight, to make sure she was happy, make sure she was cool, make sure we ain't need for anything.
All that.
So I was about to say some other stuff, but all that. But so at that point when I seen, I'm like, I felt like I was played. So that's when I asked her. I woke her up. I'm like, who's such and such? You know what I mean? And she was like, what she say? What did she say? She said, why am I going through her phone? That's what she said.
That was her first response.
That was her first response. I swear to God.
Let me pause you real quick. I gotta add some commentary, bro. If you go through somebody's phone and the first thing they say is, why were you going through my phone? They're guilty. Guilty as charged.
And it's funny that you said that, because I'm gonna go back to something that Kayla and her friend said on a day. I'm gonna come back to the story, but all right. Long story short, I can finish that. Long story short, when I said that, she said what she said, and I was like, all right, bet. Packed up my stuff, and I didn't get all of it, but I packed up some stuff and I left, and then I came back like the next day or the next 2 days after that, and I just got the rest of what was mine, which I really didn't have too much there. So I ain't even like nothing. I left a lot of the stuff for real, but yeah, bro, I packed up all my stuff, bro, and I bounced.
So was that just the straw that broke the camel's back?
Yeah, I mean, we were still kind of cool after that. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, like I said, it was just, nah. Yeah. Actually, I ain't gonna get into this too much, but never mind.
We'll say that.
Never mind. Part two of this will come.
Bro, where we get into all the crazy.
But it's funny that you said you're caught when she said, why you going through my phone? Because I remember Kayla and her friends was saying this, bro, and it was funny. They was saying a dude will, what exactly did she say? She said a girl can text you like, I know you was with that one girl, and I know because you was drinking a red soda or something like that. And the dude be like, I don't even drink soda. Right. You caught, nigga.
You caught, bro.
But yeah, certain things you can say you caught, bro. But
for sure, bro. Let's end it on this, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Who are your top 5 role models and why?
Role models and why?
Yeah.
Okay. My mom. Why is because I seen her. It's a lot can really go on that one, but just as far as a mom and what a mom's supposed to do, no matter what, I've seen it happen. There's been times where we struggle, and my mom always made it happen no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same. My mama says to this day, every time Thanksgiving come around, she said, "Mamas make miracles every Thanksgiving," and that's a line from Tupac. Dear Mama, I want to say to be exact. So her, I'm gonna have to give it to my brother, you, bro. Like I said, I look at you as a role model. You know what I'm saying? I see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And one day I'm gonna get my Camaro. That's all I'm saying. And I'm gonna get them CDLs. But
inshallah.
I'm trying to think like who I really look. You know what I'm saying? If we want to go famous people, J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? But that's a different reason. That's just because I can relate to him. But as far as people I know,
or people you don't know.
I can't really think of nobody else right now.
Why J. Cole?
I wouldn't really call him a role model. It's just somebody that I feel like is a dope. I could tell he's a dope person because of his music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at the end of the day, I tell you this all the time. Out of any artist I ever heard or listened to now, he's the only one. I can pick at least 5 songs and tell you why I feel like this nigga wrote that. He stole these lyrics out of my head and wrote that song. So, like, for example, if y'all know me, if you knew me, like, on a, not a school level, I'm talking about, like, close to family from the age of 13 all the way up until 18. But I'm talking about on a close level, like, you know my mom. And you go listen to Once an Addict, you will understand why I feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So,
for sure.
That's just one song, but... Wow, you want to give a few, bro?
Yeah, bro. I would say, man, you know, I asked the question and I don't even know my answers, but I would say, man, you know, it's so many people that I kind of, you know, look to just for certain information or whatever the case may be. I would say one, Malcolm X.
Okay.
Because his story is just crazy. How he went from being in the streets, how a lot of people are these days, going to prison and completely changing his life and really giving up his life really for his people. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. I would say Noah, the prophet Noah, like y'all know from the flood, because he lived for hundreds of years. And up until the flood actually came, despite being ridiculed and talked about and, you know, shunned upon, he kept going back to his people and trying to guide them, you know what I'm saying, and tell them what was coming in the future, where they went wrong, and what they needed to do to fix it. And despite all of that, you know, he lost a lot of family, including his son, who didn't listen to him, you know. But even with that, he always kept God first and listened and continued until God told him that no one else is going to follow you. So just continue working on this boat, and, you know, the people who do listen, they'll be there, and the ones who don't won't. You know what I mean?
Okay. Want to add a little more? I already know you going to say next. Or one of them.
You say you?
I already know which one of them you going to say.
Oh. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the patience that you have been able to exhibit, and, you know, through all the things that you've endured, you know what I mean? Like, I've never heard this dude argue with anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody. And the people, so like when he tells these stories, like I laugh because it's funny, but I laugh because it's so difficult for me to even picture what he's saying because I've never even seen him in that light. Like if I say I got into an argument with somebody, the people who know me can visualize it because people have seen me argue and fight and all of these things. So it's just different with him. You know what I mean? That's 3.
Yeah.
I would say, I would say.
You gonna throw Nip in there?
You said who?
Nipsey.
Oh yeah, Nipsey. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know if that was the one you was thinking of, but I know that's somebody. You know.
I would say Nipsey because same thing with like Malcolm X. You went from the streets, you learned, you educated yourself, you grew, and devoted your life to a cause, and you know lost your life because of it. You know what I mean? But even still, your legacy lives on. And I would say last, but obviously not least.
Right.
You know,
cause this nigga Milo.
I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy. This nigga be barking for no reason. I would say, I won't say last but not least. I'm gonna give 6. Next, my mom, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
definitely.
for just working tirelessly to give us what we've needed as men. You know what I'm saying, and just blessing us with those things. And obviously the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the life that he lived, the character that he had as a man, the legacy that he has left for Muslims all around the world, and living and fighting to bring, bring the truth, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just leaving behind you want to talk about a true role model, bro. He is the truest of true. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. Not like, I say this man I've never seen him argue with anybody or even lose patience. The Prophet Muhammad was that times 1,000. He never argued with his wives, never put his hands on them, none of those things, and I'm not saying that's just the only standard, but just go and read up on the Prophet Muhammad's life, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you'll understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So,
okay.
I'll say that's my top 6, man.
All right, bro.
I'm gonna go ahead and end this out while this nigga barking in the back.
Yep. Once again, this has been another episode of the Another Enemy Podcast. I am Greg GX. Make sure y'all follow my Instagram at G_ATM. Make sure y'all follow my Snap at GXATM. The group Instagram at Another_Enemy. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw my Facebook too. Y'all can be Greg Lil G Strong, just so y'all can, you know what I'm saying? I can start posting more in there, and y'all can also see my mixes. So, yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and let bro close it out.
Yeah, man. It's just it's Khalid Salam. Follow me on Instagram at Honorable Khalid. Follow me on Twitter at I'm Just Leaf. Follow the group. Follow my brother. And hey, man. Another Enemy Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All of the visuals will be on there. Peace Seekers Podcast. Make sure you go like, share, subscribe that as well. Out on all podcast platforms, YouTube as well. And be on the lookout for my brother's podcast coming very, very soon.
Yep, don't got the name just yet, but we gonna figure something out.
But if you got some suggestions, drop them below. What he should call his own podcast, man.
Yeah, that too.
Or some topics that y'all want to hear him talk about. Or some life stories that y'all want to hear him talk about. This man's life is a movie, bro. I'm telling y'all. Y'all niggas think I'm joking. I'm not. So if y'all want to hear this man's life story, make sure y'all go and hit him on his Instagram and everything and let him know we need that podcast ASAP.
And what I'm also going to do too is, I'll talk about that on another podcast, but also, if we ask questions, we want y'all content, we let y'all know, make sure y'all drop it, how y'all feel, especially about the spouse getting caught cheating, even though she's already passed away. I really want to know y'all plan on y'all idea on how y'all feel about that. And another thing, when you hear this, don't call me. I am GX. This has been Another Enemy Podcast.
Yes, sir.